I'm Eric T, the new African RBG, and I'm rocking with Speak Your Peace TV.
Alright, peace and life, fam. This is Amalya, aka the sweetheart of the movement, and we are out here walking with Speak Your Peace TV. What's up?
Don't talk it, put it down, homie. Tell me, are you down? When it's going down, you got to hold it down. Don't talk it, put it down, homie. Tell me, are you
Have you ever had a lesson from an OG? From a nigga that's been in the war? Been locked up longer than I've been on the earth. And his crime is defending the poor. And he can tell you about death and tell you about life. But most of all, he tell you about sacrifice. And they can tell you if a woman ain't with you when you're down, that she never really could be your wife. What it mean to be?
For me personally, man, I'm from right here, Blacktown, Jacktown, Mississippi, man, 601. Born and raised, man. Been here for the past 34 years, man, and grew up in Shady Oaks, right here in the heart, right here where Mega Elvis' home was.
Okay.
Alright, peace. I am originally from Elvis, Mississippi. I'm a country girl. Out past, before you get to Vicksburg and after Bolton and Wright.
I'll let you go. You want to go
It was
first?
hot. It was hot and like a whole lot of fun. I mean, actually, you know, like everybody was in nature a whole lot. You know, mama and grandmama, you know, you had to shuck the peas and stuff. So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Me personally, I say it was kind of difficult growing up in inner cities. You know what I'm saying? I went to Lanier High School as well, so if you know anything about Lanier, majority of students, they were people from Shady Oaks, Georgetown, Verdon, Wood Street, Brown Bottom. You know what I'm saying? That whole saturation, man, was in one school, so it was pretty, you know, like I said, difficult, man, growing up in a single parent home and just being a number, actually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I didn't know it then. I knew it was kind of difficult, but as I grew to learn what it really was.
Oh, heck yeah, of course. Yes. Yes, very much so. Primarily because, like, in the country, you have more of a sense of family. You kind of tend to grow up around your family. You know, aunts and uncles kind of tend to stay around mama's house and so forth. I'm not all that sure about Jackson. I've never lived in Jackson personally, but I would say that, you know, most folks in urban areas, they kind of get spread out. So I would say that, like, you have a whole lot more family dependability in the country, I would say, compared to in the city. So yeah, I said that it was a whole lot more difficult transitioning from the country to what I live in now is Rankin County, which is Pearl. It's a whole lot different. Like, my family is scattered in different states, different cities. So it's a whole lot more difficult, I would say, yeah.
Well, I like to say I'm the country city boy that you know.
Right.
You know, I grew up here in the city of Jackson, but I frequently journeyed to Philadelphia, Mississippi, and Neshoba County. So,
okay.
I definitely know that dynamic between the two. Close-knit family in the country and a close-knit family here because of those country living values. Yeah, I mean, with most people that I came in contact with when I was growing up, you know, and I told them, I would let them know and show them how close my family was. Like, they would look at me like, for real? Like, because that's not something that they're used to because of the fact that they would say things like, man, my mama cussed my grandmama out. I'm like, what?
Right.
That happened? Like,
My mama don't even,
Really?
my mama don't even talk to my sister. My brother, nah, we don't do that in my family, but I have saw firsthand that occurrence.
Right.
Thank you. I think it was more so my ancestors touching me. You know what I mean? Because I believe that what's in me had been in me forever and ever and ever, just because of the way that I always thought, the way that I always talked, you know what I'm saying, the way that I saw things. But because I was surrounded by the norm,
Right.
it was kind of watered down to a sense. So, you know, once I started to really have a mind and think for myself and started to journey into myself and started to give myself that opportunity to think about things critically, you know, then I started seeing things for what they really were, and I didn't like them. I couldn't stand it. It made me feel sick inside. So I wanted to start journeying to do more research on my people, the true story, you know what I'm saying, the lies that were told, you know, the people holding valuable information from us and why they did it. And once I figured that out, it lit a fire in me. it lit a fire in me that cannot be extinguished now. So that's why right now I am vice president of the Respect Our Black Dollars movement. I am a host of the Respect Our Black Dollars Next Generation show. I am an entrepreneur as well, various businesses. And from that, it just sparked me wanting to be a person that wanted to improve myself so that I can help improve the lives of others.
For me, myself, personally, I kind of have like this connection with children. And with that connection with children, I felt compelled to change exactly what was going on. Like, I didn't want for them to have to go through the same struggles that I went through. And like, especially after having my first niece, just like my play sister, I love her to death. And when she had that child, it was a little boy. And there was a lot of things going on, you know, it was right after the shooting of Trayvon Martin and so forth. And I was like, I can't live with myself allowing for this to happen and me not doing anything about it, like just being stagnant and being complacent with what was going on. So what I did, I've been aligned with a whole lot of different organizations. Really, the city of Jackson is so close knit. That is one kudos about Jackson, is the fact that when you're a part of one organization, you're a part of many others. And you get like plugged into different things. So I started off with Respect Our Black Dollars with my mother, met Eric, met Stanley, met Demezy, and a whole lot of other different people, you know, of course different mindsets and everything, but they're beautiful folks. And then I got plugged into Cooperation Jackson, which is another grassroots organization here in Jackson as well, that's working towards the solidarity of the city of Jackson and its citizens. And I mean, it was like a domino effect.
It just kept going down.
It just kept going and going and going.
So once it got started, it was hard to stop it. It just kept going.
It was kind of, to a certain extent, it was kind of addicting because it was like an adrenaline rush because you know that you're actually, you know, it's
making
stuff,
a
you're
change.
seeing it moving, right? And it's actually tangible. It's stuff that you can put your hands on. You know, people, they come up to you and they shake your hand and they like, yo, sis, you made me go and research this, which caused me to research this, which caused me to do that, which causes me to now go into getting my own business or going into now, you know, going out
and look at the world different.
Right. So, I mean, it was awesome feeling that, you know what I'm saying? So. That's funny. That's really funny. Actually going to school in Pearl High School, I graduated from Pearl High School. The Confederate flag was one thing that was very, very much so represented and pushed. It was something that flew on campus for a while. I'm not sure. I haven't been there in a while. I don't know if it's still flying now. But it was actually something that was very much pushed. And with especially here in the South, we're really all across the nation, but here in the South in particular, the way that we were mistreated, the way that we were manipulated, and the way that the Confederate flag like pushed. It was a symbolism for the South.
Yeah, right.
To keep us in those bonds and to keep.
It was like a symbol for that ideology.
Right. So personally, fuck your flag. To be honest with you, because I don't.
You said it out loud.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Fuck your flag.
That's how I
We ain't
feel.
studying that flag, like real
Be
talk.
honest with you.
And it's just blatant disrespect, really. And that's another thing too, is that like people have stopped fearing black folks. Like it was one point in time where a white boy wouldn't come up to you and say, "Oh, what's up, nigga?" Now. He would kind of look at you crazy for spazzing out. You know what I'm saying? It's like we completely lost all of our respect.
It's like why you tripping when it's on the radio?
We done lost all our hood cred. We done lost it all, and it's like our respect is just completely going down the drain. And that's why like it's being pushed so much now. Because it was a point in time where a white boy wouldn't dare have a fucking Confederate flag on one of his vehicles, but now they riding around with it like it's just.
So I can tell it really makes. Do you think that it brings divisiveness between the races?
Of course, because just as I stated previously, like it's blatant disrespect. You know what that flag symbolized for my ancestors. You know what I'm saying? You know that this is not a game for me. So why would you even have that on anything of yours? Why would you even feel free to fly?
It's kind of like a Nazi flag being flown at a synagogue.
Yeah. Like you got me. No, man, I can't go.
And yes, it's very, very much so divisive. You gotta look at what the symbolism means in it. You know what I'm saying? You got people that say it's their heritage. Well, your heritage is what? Enslaving people, lynching them, burning them, castrating them. That's what that flag means. You got ignorant Stockholm syndrome suffering brothers out here and sisters out here that's wearing the damn flag. You know what I'm saying? That shows you that flag itself, what it did to our people, what it's continuing to do to our people. Our people are sick. And that flag is a part of the sickness. So that's just a little bit. I ain't gonna keep going because I can go far.
I can tell, yeah, that's a touchy subject for y'all.
going first? Okay. So for me personally, since I am within that bracket, would really just be to like, because of course you're gonna have some opposing forces. Like a great majority of our elders, a great majority of our people in general, are asleep, like on a mass scale. So with that being said, like just believe in yourself, believe in your gut feeling. Like if it's something that the creator is telling you, like, hey, look, that's wrong. Like believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Stand by that too. Like in solidarity. Don't let nobody knock you off your square. Period. You have to have the self-determination in determining your own future, right? So with that being said, nobody else has control of your future but yourself, right? So with that being said, like you have to strategically bring up new ideas and ways to keep yourself sane. Number one, self-care is extremely important. That's something that I'm still learning how to do with all of this, revolutionary stuff that I'm doing, is obtaining self-care for myself. Take care of yourself, eat healthy, drink healthy. If you do smoke, all right, make sure you do it in moderation. Everything in moderation, you know what I'm saying? So just keep yourself balanced.
So basically for the you, keep yourself up.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What do you got to say, brother?
Man, I want to just tell y'all, man, to just continue to always have a wild imagination. Do not ever let somebody tell you that it's childish to think, or it's childish to even think that you're a superhero. You know what I'm saying? Never let nobody stop you from having an imagination, and never ever stop dreaming. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. But it just depends on how bad you want to do it. Depends on what type of sacrifice you're willing to make. Another thing I want to tell you is do not follow trends. Be a trendsetter. This world is all based on trends. It's all based on trying to get you to do what it is that they want you to do.
Right.
Okay? From your parents are going to tell you what they think is good for you to live and survive in this freaking Shark Tank. Okay? But at the end of the day, this is your life. All right? You take what they tell you into consideration, but you still have to see things from the point of view of you were given this life for a reason. If it's something that you want to go to school for and you want to go to school for and you have a valid enough reason to do it, go to school for it. Just because your dad was a doctor, your dad was this, your dad was that, don't mean that you have to go and do that. You can possibly explore it if you want to, but never ever cut off what it is that you want to do, what your purpose is. Find your purpose. Your mama's purpose, your friend's purpose is not your purpose. Find your purpose. We all have one. But what happens is when you turn a certain age, when you get 22, 23, 24, the world sets in really, really hard. And then you got to start paying bills. And then you got to start getting jobs. Then they tell you to go and get married. That's the way of the world. Live your own life and find your purpose.
All right, brothers and sisters, I want to thank y'all for rocking with Speak Your Peace TV. We'll be getting back with you.
Appreciate that, man. Peace, love, black power, man.
All I gotta be is what Jack said I was. So I don't give a bill about no buzz. I am about freedom. I never mind the chickens of the club. I will live and die for the cause just because. If I don't, I wonder who will. Y'all place value on your wheels and your automobiles and never acknowledge your children's diminishing skills, or that they continue to fill all the prisons they build. My life is all God gave me to kill. I want us to be free, but y'all would really rather I chill.